All right, I'm going to try to do this as live as I can. I got to use a glove for what I'm fixing to do. Do I recommend this at home? Oh, hell no. This is just crazy. But it's the only way to prove a point. Everybody talks about smokeless stoves and stuff like that. And some are an L, some are a J. Oh, there's a bunch of different shotgun type stoves that they're technically burning all the fuel as long as they can run wide open and in a straight line, and as long as there's adequate fuel to keep up the burn. Because without the triangle of air, fuel, and heat, it starts smoking. I mean, at some point, the smoke is just unburned fuel. So, but here we go on this, is what I'm trying to get at. And here's live start. It's out right now. Okay. That's just a little dab of alcohol that I spray in there. But we're going to go in, let's talk about this while we're doing this. The reason I put whatever, cowl or whatever you want to call it, is it starts making a vortex of sorts. You can see the flames, they'll start leaning. And, but up towards the top, I wish I had some kind of a mirror, is to lay, so I could show you that. That's like totally cool, especially when it starts to huff. It'll do a woof, woof, woof. And then you go, okay, now I fully understand. But let's get this to burning to where all the fuel is up there in smoke. And this thing is about the size of a small hot water heater. Like the inner tank, actually, even on a small propane one. It's really thin. To give you a comparison, this one, that one's too close. Okay, I can't do it that way. Is this one's here, and then this one here is a 30-gallon, the short squatty one. But the gauge is huge comparatively, is what I'm trying to get at. And okay, it looks like it's burning a little bit. Enough to make smoke. That's what I was hoping for. Is I was going to do this with pine chips, but I thought, man, that'd just be too ballsy to try that, you know. We'll do it with heat, because what it's doing is the heat's coming up with a small charge of air. It's getting to the vortex area where the tanks come together. Then there's a nipple. The nipple's getting hotter and hotter right now. I don't hear the woof woof, and that's kind of what I'm waiting for. And then I'll know that the smoke is gone. I mean, it'll be hot enough to know, is what I'm trying to get at. No, that's ice cold. It'll be a minute, folks. The second that this upper tank even becomes warm, well, it's probably plenty hot even before the outer tank becomes warm. I just don't got no way to touch it other than my elbow. Not yet. But here's what I was wanting to show you anyways. Maybe I can show you straight through it. There was a hole that I had lined up, and then I made a little slip collar here. But if you notice, there's no smoke. And this is its flue. I mean, I'm not bullshitting nobody, okay? Here's the flue, and here's the stove, and this effect only gets better. It doesn't get worse. The hotter that this gets, the more there's nothing left, and the more oxygen that's introduced to the fire, and the fire is oxidized, then there's no carbon monoxide left. And again, so you don't think I'm jacking with you. There we go. Look it. See? Now you can see the fire and the pipe is split. Okay? Because I hate when really brilliant people tell me that I'm doing something wrong with my testing because I don't have degrees or data or any of the rest of the jazz. Okay, y'all? I'm just a podunk. I'm a garage inventor, okay? If you even want to call me that, that's a stretch. But you can see through the gap. There is no smoke, and I don't want to burn down my house. This gets extremely hot in a minute, and to where it's not out of control, but it gets pretty hot. The coil could easily double as a steam generator on this. I hope I didn't mess that design up. And if I did, I'm just going to double back with a pipe that comes down to about, where is it here? Into that vortex area. And I'm going to introduce low pressure, dry steam into the unit, and it'll actually work like a turbocharger. I don't know how to describe that in big, fancy terms. y'all, I had a college kid piss me off, okay? And do I have your education? No, I don't. I had 2 truck wrecks, okay? If you want to call me like dumb as a box of rocks, I don't care. I can't fight you on that. Mentally, I am retarded. I have an 135 IQ, but I just literally forget things in the middle of a sentence. So it's just the way it is, and I can't help that, and I don't care, and I'm not making excuses for it, no more than making excuses for being paralyzed. But back to our little thing, and before this becomes too long to upload, is here's our fire, raging, roaring. It's just a kindling fire, y'all, I'm kidding. But raging, roaring, making all kinds of smoke. I guess I could make the same video with something that'll deliberately cause a lot more smoke than the pine, but in the reason it's built this way, I had a question on that. This was not like a whimsical thing. It was deliberately built to burn hemp stalks that are cut, 10, 12 inches tall, maybe 16 inches tall. Just so they're whacked up, and then you burn the hemp stalk solid is what it is. And that's what this is for. So, oh, hey, we got water. It's starting to case the water's coming out of the cement, the refractory cement, and yep, we got water dripping, steam. Oh, nice. That's all I'm doing today is I got the door wide open. It's 18 degrees outside, the door's wide open, and we're cooking this thing off so we can get the refractory cement to solidify and harden up around that coil, and it's doing a tremendous job. And let's get back here so y'all can see what woofs of stuff looks like. Okay, that's what smoke or steam or anything would look like. Okay, and this is what a clean burn looks like. CO2. Okay, and if you want to make it hotter, there's a lot of ways to do that. Okay, y'all, it's a big long video. Love you. Thank you for all the imports, unless you're a snotty college kid and then piss up a rope man in a windstorm. But other than that, I'm having a good day, and I pray everybody out there is too.